Today's Wits is brought to you by Amazon Prime's War of the Worlds 2025 version, right? Starring Cube himself, man. Ice Cube is starring in this movie. You even got Coulson from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., man. Look, I think Eva Longoria, I think maybe, or her lookalike. Look, what's going on in this crazy movie is this. First of all, y'all know it's Wits. What is this show? Okay, look. Ice Cube plays this DHS, like, computer hacker dude, man, that's in his office, and he sits at the computer most of the time, man, doing all this surveillance and all this kind of stuff, right? They trying to find this like terrorist dude, man, called like something, man, some kind of terrorist dude, on the screen with the hood and face blacked out, right? He got this daughter that's pregnant, man. She kind of some type of geneticist or something like that. She got this boyfriend that's like some kind of UPS FedEx driver or something like that. Yeah, right. Anyway, Colson is like the FBI DHS, like secretary, high ranking special agent or something like this. Anyway, what happens is that all of these media start coming, man, landing on the planet, and the tripods end up getting out. It's the basic War of the World story. Now, I do like the twist that they put on it with putting the whole situation being revolving around Cube, sitting at the DHS, hacking thing, man, trying to, guide his daughter to safety and, do all this stuff and, research the tripods and all this stuff with the help of Eva Longoria, who out there in the field, no, probably not Eva Longoria. Anyway, but the thing is about this movie is the editing. What makes this movie tripped out, and besides the fact that it had, I believe, about a $5,127 budget, and that $127 was for tax purposes. But besides the fact that it had that kind of budget, right? Listen, it was this one part in there where Cube had to, everybody always talking about Cube acting, right? But it was this one part in the movie where Cube had to give this briefing to, like the president and like all its, cabinet members and all this high-ranking officials, and it's filled with techno babble. Now, I don't know if y'all know Cube very well, but Cube is hood, right? Cube is straight hood. So Cube it seemed like Cube had this paper, man, and he was trying to read, everything that, like, there was literally no acting. Like, they gave him this sheet of paper, right? And it just was like, hey, Cube, man, just read this, man. You don't need to memorize none of this. Just read it straight off the paper, man. He was like, and, like, it was just like that. Man, the second biggest thing about this movie was the editing. Like, the editing of this movie was top-notch wits. Look, okay, so, Cube had got his daughter inside this Uber, right? And he was going to manually drive it 1 mile to the hospital. Now, let me tell you what happened in that 1 mile. Now, understand, they in a hurry because the tripod, so the Uber is moving, right? Let me tell you what happened in that 1 mile distance, all right? They mobilized the militaries of the world, man. Had all this footage, man, newscasts and all this stuff, man. Everybody getting together, mobilizing all these planes flying off decks of battleships, man. People, helicopters, man, all this stuff. Like, based on the footage that happened during that mile, you would think that it was about at least a week or two that passed. Like, the editing was like that when it came to time. Like, you'll be like, wait a minute. It took him that long how did that... Well, what was going on? Like, they time jumps. They had like temporal time jumps in this movie, man. It was just top-notch wits, right? Look, this movie, everybody in the movie tried. They tried so hard, but Cube, right? Cube. Look, this movie. Now, okay, the twist on it, right? Another little twist, right? The aliens, instead of the tripod with the tentacle aliens that's inside, right? You had these little like hybrid like little insect things that was eating the data, right? So okay, right, that's another part with the editing. So you trying to tell me, so okay, so all the power go out, but then all the power not out. You get locked out the system, but then you're not really locked out the system. Your son, they start blasting the apartment, but then come to find out it's not the real apartment. Like you be like, how's these time jumps working? Like, what is y'all doing? Okay. So they gotta eat this. So the aliens eat the data. All of the data get eaten. Right, everything starts shutting down. Right, planes and helicopters crashing. No software is working. No digital, right. But all of a sudden, he's able to work Facebook. Oh, by the way, all of these sites was offline because again, wasn't no data, right? But all of a sudden, setting up everything again. They got the Facebook, they got all. Look. Do not. Okay, I wouldn't even say watch this movie for a laugh. I wouldn't say watch this movie for a chuckle. Like this movie was straight garbage. Wits, War of the Worlds, just wits.